when we're done this, you guys will have to just do a little bit of research on this module. There is nothing but complaints on it. Everybody. In fact, everything on YouTube is like how to fix it and how to because they do that.
Yeah, every module though. How to fix this module? How to fix that module?
Yeah. No, there's like a huge gap. Like I said, they're just throwing levels at you. You can't even keep up.
Yeah.
And then it's like, well, when they get to this point, make sure they're 8th level. Well, holy fuck, man! That's like there's such a gap in between.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, so far I've been happy with it.
Well, that's the thing. I just hope. I know it's been a lot of role playing and stuff too, but it's like that's where the interesting kind of stuff is in this module. Other than that, you're just, I don't know. It's fun. I'm having fun. I like it.
Yeah.
Okay, Alex saw the message. I asked him if he was playing today. So.
Oh shit.
Should know.
All right, another funny post. Only bought the essentials from the grocery store today. 50-foot rope, grappling hook, ever-burning torch, holy symbol, silver mirror, material components, flint and steel, pot, knife, bedroll, rations times 10, and short hard boots.
Well, please share that.
Now was that where'd you see that on Facebook?
Homebrew Dungeons and Dragons 5e.
Well, I don't know if I'm onto that site, but I was going to say that's definitely a dedicated role player.
Yeah, that's fucking awesome. It's funny as hell. What about a 10-foot pole? First comment.
You know you're going to get comments on
10-foot pole and a bag of live rats. Sack of live rats.
Chickens. I knew you got chickens because they were like a copper piece. It's just like
Bonjour, Cloud. Comment ça va?
There he is in his chainmail.
Yay.
All right. Well, we're doing all right. Better since you showed up. Our aerial attack is now here.
Can I refill my coffee? And you guys, how are things? How was your birthday last weekend? Or last week?
Oh, not too bad. Took time off, but now everyone's dying, so.
Yeah. I know. I'm gonna sit at home and watch. I'm gonna binge watch The Stand and Outbreak and 7 Monkeys.
Hey, 12 monkeys.
Or 12 monkeys. Well, there's only 7 now. That's how bad it is.
Well, I'll tell you. Throw another one in there with Steven Seagal and The Patriot. It'll fit the genre stream that you're running for.
This sucks, man.
BRB.
This sucks. I don't want to have. I only work. I'm off Wednesday, Thursday, Friday now, and I only work Saturday and Sunday. But to get some hours, I'll be working 12-hour shifts those days. It sucks. That's only 24 hours a week. God damn. Yeah.
You're part-time.
Apparently. Sucks.
That's what the hours tell me.
Yeah, well, I'm not 24-hour a week normally. I am now that fucking the governor decided to shut down restaurants. And here's the funny thing, right? Earlier last week, he had urged people not to go to church. And a lot of churches around here closed or canceled, because they didn't. But did we get a church rush at the Barrel? Why? Of course we did on Sunday. Even though church was closed, we still got our Sunday church rush. Fucking people. Fuck them. I can't say them. So he's like,
at the airport. I'm just waiting for us to shut down.
Huh? It sucks.
Life is good as long as I can keep myself from being too sore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Have you ever
Roland's
seen The
being a
Mandalorian?
national law.
Mandalorian, yeah, it's good. That's good. I wish they'd come out with some more episodes on that.
Well, apparently it's going to come out in October. Well, the next series.
But that's been good. That's been a pleasant surprise from
What did you
Disney
think
Plus.
about the last scene in the last episode with Moff Gideon? Have you seen the last episode?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. It's been a month ago when I saw the last one.
Just think of a sword going through the ship he crashed down in, and it's a very unusual sword.
As we left off last time,
Hey.
the adventuring party had traveled all the way from Waterdeep to Greenfields, which I'm guessing is about a 3 or 4 day travel. I'm not exactly sure. You guys travel along the North Furrow Road, which ultimately leads up to the south side of a massive walled city. Like, I'm talking like 5-6 miles on a side. The gatehouse built into the wall itself is like a massive castle. The walls are made out of stone and 60 feet high. The huge gates open up, and there's like kind of a series of ramps that leads you up to the secondary gates. Both gates are open. There's lots of guards searching wagons for vermin and pests as you guys entered. You guys came in to this massive walled compound. The road leads in kind of through like orchards and animal pens, and then it opens up into like a village area where there's like 2 stone buildings, a massive temple of Shantea, the nature and agriculture goddess, and you can see that like the stonework has like representations of her holding her hands to the sky, and the stained glasses of like wheat sheaves and cornucopia and other fountains and busty women, everything to do with fertility and bounty. And there's a huge bronze bell. Oh, and he left. There's a huge bronze bell set atop this big stone temple. The other stone building looks like it was like an estate house or a manor house or something of this whole thing, but it has a sign above it that says North Furrow's End. You guys know you traveled the North Furrow Road. Well, this is the end. It's the inn and tavern. There's the stables built onto it adjacent. And then there are lots of commoners around who are going in and out of the wheat and barley fields. And there are, which go on for miles. And in the distance, you can also see the shape of like a building and a tower in the distance set in the middle of the fields. And the commoners all live in roundhouses, or not in roundhouses, sorry, in lodges, in big communal lodges, each one decorated with a different motif. Here's a blue jay, here's a magpie, this one's the bear, this one is a deer, this one's the fox. They all have, but beautifully carved, like artisan quality, like not rustic at all, just absolutely beautifully done. Cloud, from your aerial viewpoint, you can see that like there's like a big statue of Shantea that the road went around on a roundabout. It's like it stands in the orchards soon after you enter the city. There's a small building attached at the base of the statue. The statue's like 20, 30 feet high, so it gets your attention. There's a stone building at the base that has an open front, like it's 3 walls. He might be having issues. He might be trying to talk.
Maybe.
Alrighty. And I'm going to try to put the map of Golden Fields up on the share here if I can find it.
Why do you keep saying my name?
Who?
Walker.
Go. Here we go. And I'll be able to here shortly. Boom. We want to magnify this so we get good view.
Yeah, big old picture.
Yep. So I'll have to scroll around, but that's probably big enough. That gets most of it. I have to scroll up just a little bit. But yeah, here we go. Boom. Bust a move. There we go.
Oh,
Guys, you guys see that? All right?
Yep.
All right.
Oh, I could blow it up on my own phone. Look at that. Check it out.
Yeah. Good
Where
stuff.
are we at? D12, G9?
Yeah,
Well,
I gave you like the DM's copy, maybe. I don't know.
No, you
Maybe
gave
not.
us.
The players.
It looks kind of like a player's.
I thought I sent the players link, but
As far as that, because you said we came in from North Furrow Road. That's G1.
Yeah.
And so.
so you get like a general layout. It's not that super duper important. It's just
No,
giving
it
you
just
more of an
has
idea of what
it just has
Yeah.
the key indicators
Yeah.
by number.
Yeah, so you can see them. You can see how there's like the gatehouse, and then the Earth Mother's bounty, that big statue, and the building where they will share, trade, sell seeds and stuff like that. So if Cloud spent a lot of time there, he'd be more than welcome with the stuff he has, and we can get more into that too. But there is. Because if Cloud's always looking to like trade seeds, there is a place to do it. And then
Is that down there by G3 or up at G6 in the center?
He's got giant seeds.
G3.
They like giant
G3.
seeds.
All right, then I'll put. And the reason why I asked that, Roland, is I got the spotlight, and I'll put
Little markers.
try to track the spotlight to the area about the areas where we're at, so those that view this can enjoy our greatness, our mighty battle, and the handsome Garl. Gotta lose my mind to keep it sane.
So, you guys had went and talked to Strog Thunderblade. And also Nicodemus took like a little field trip of the Golden Gulp Brewery.
Yep.
And made a blessing there. And Strog, like an half orc with like a trucker build. He like he's pretty lackadaisical, and you guys are like, yeah, we'll, help you out, and he's like, yeah, whatever. You bring me giant heads, I guess I'll pay you. But it was like pretty much that non-committal. And that was, I think, kind of where it had wrapped up.
Yep.
Yep.
So let's just say we're at the North Furrows End at the tavern. What time of day? Like, did you guys have a rest? Is it still that same day, or is it do you guys have anything planned for the day, or you guys can wait till the morning to go? Like, I just kind of want to know what the plan is and what you guys wanted to do now that you guys.
After we met with the dude, it would be about noonish or so.
Pretty much, yeah. I think so.
Maybe just afternoon. Yeah, I'm okay with all right. We met with the dude. He wrote out a thing saying he would pay us 100 gold pieces per hill giant head, or was it just giant head?
Giant heads.
Giant head. Any giant head, we find. Okay, any giant head.
When you guys had made your way back and you guys were heading back, you're like, and the workers are really out in full force right now with the harvest. And when you guys make your way back to kind of the town area and you're going into the North Furrow End, you're like, oh, let's go have a little bit of a bevy and maybe a bite to eat. You guys come around the back side of the building and come around, and you could see that in the front clearing area, town square, I guess, you guys can hear there's always it's middle of the day, so there's a lot of hustle and bustle and stuff going on. You can hear voices and wagons and shouts from workers in the fields and such, and but you guys can hear a lot of children, a lot, almost hey, is there a birthday party going on or something? And when you guys come around the corner, you guys can see that there are a whole bunch of kids, and some of them are even whipping apples at each other. There's about 15, 20 of them for all ages, from still in diapers to 12 years old, and they're all clamoring on this big tree that has a few apples left in it, and yet you guys don't really remember that tree being there before.
Garl will watching them throw the apples. He's going to take his bag off his shoulder and kind of open up the mouth of it, and he's going to try to run through their trajectory of throwing the apples and try to capture a few inside his bag of holding.
Beyond that, once you come with the bag and your intent, they're more than willing to be throwing the apples right at you. Some good kids are throwing it into the bag. A couple of them are whipping them at your head, right? But oh yeah, you could easily get a sack full of apples. Some of them are quite bruised, but a lot of them are still very edible.
Just as long as Garl isn't bruised, he's happy with getting some of the apples to have there, and smiling and thinking, we now have rations.
Yeah.
Smart move.
These are the type of apples where you bite into it and you have juice running down your arm.
Ooh, tasty.
Ooh, to make cider.
That's exactly what I was thinking. like apples, which any fool can eat, but for what Bacchus intended a greater purpose. Let us learn how to make hard cider.
Yes. All praise Bacchus, whoever he is.
Oh, by the way, happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody.
Nothing happy about it. That's what they say, about $6 million lost.
Yeah.
But yes, it is a kind of a festive time to celebrate and wish everybody the best and prosperous of springs. No green beer rivers running.
Yeah, I know.
Disappointment. Bacchus would be angry.
He is. He is angry.
I'm just looking for something here.
That's all right. We're enjoying. We're keeping the action going. There, we're waiting for our bard to jump in and sing "Mighty Tales," rip it just like she was Jimi Hendrix.
Well, if you want me to, I can sing a few songs. I
All
probably
right.
know some about alcohol.
That'll rock.
Rolling Rock beer, Panther piss. During this lull, I'm going to go refresh my life juice here. I'll be right back.
Oh,
Oh. So I went to the grocery store this morning. No fucking eggs.
That's what you get for going today.
Didn't need
For 1
eggs.
week ago.
Or I didn't need eggs Saturday. That was the last time I went to the grocery store was Saturday.
I blame my wife. I told her to go 2 weeks ago, and she didn't go till the past like 4 days. Everything
Wow.
was almost done.
I went on Saturday, and the funny thing was, the Brussels sprouts had not been touched.
Are you in lockdown? Kat?
Hmm?
Are you in lockdown?
Am I what?
In lockdown? Like government lockdown?
All the borders are still open.
Okay.
All the schools are closed. Cinemas and that stuff are closed. Most of the shops are closed, except obviously the food ones. So technically lockdown.
Can you leave your house?
Yes, you can leave your house.
I think we're
Good.
done.
You can get some air then.
Are you in
Yep.
San Francisco?
What, me?
No, Alex.
I'm
Oh.
in Oklahoma.
You're where?
Oklahoma.
Oh, then you can leave your house, I'm assuming.
We got 3 days. I worked for the airport, and I talked to a DOD yesterday, or the day before. He said all essential personnel have to come home because starting Monday of next week is the lockdown. But they're going to start incrementally shutting everything down, which they are.
I'll say one thing: the price of gas has gone down. For my
Down to
gas hog,
$3.
that's a great thing.
I'm still going to walk my dog.
Good man, good man. This will not defeat us.
Yeah.
And just have food for a month, so you don't have to rely on whatever they're going to send.
As long as we
Go ahead.
still got Bambi running out in the woods, I got food if needed.
Yeah, I was thinking about going up to Arkansas to the farm. You know, eat the cows.
Yep. And if it gets warm enough, the bullheads will start coming up out of the mud in the pond, so we'll be able to fish them. We will not starve.
Nope. It's
Yeah,
funny. I think some people are digging out some old rationing recipes.
That's a good
Well,
thing.
Well, we were just talking about this earlier. I said, like, even baking bread, right? Like, people just have to do stuff like that. My mom said she can't believe how the frozen pizza sections are sold out.
Oh yeah, I can believe
people,
it.
Like, people are stocking up on just like this weird convenience food. Like,
But it's our age of society right now is, in my opinion, for a very general, not everybody, but is a very convenient-minded society. They want convenience, period.
yeah, like they were talking to one lady on the news how she's upset because she hasn't been to a restaurant in 11 days.
Oh, bleed my heart.
Yeah. Wow, come on.
The world's coming to an end.
Yeah.
It certainly is.
Do you know what? The world will always go on. Human race? I don't know. But
Maybe.
the world will be okay.
It'll be fine.
Yeah. Yeah, Mother Earth will take care of herself. Us? I don't know. But, no. Mother Earth, she'll be fine. Until she's had enough of us. Then she'll just send out like a global plague. Oh.
Nope. Oh wow.
Put a pin in that one.
The one meme I thought that was really funny was like how one person in China eats undercooked bat soup and everyone in North America is buying toilet paper. Yeah, that's good. Like, shouldn't she have the diarrhea?
I swear they're buying toilet paper because of that one fucking episode of Supernatural in season 5, like 10 years ago, where they go to the future, like buy toilet paper.
Probably. But like I said, my understanding was that because a lot of toilet paper comes from China, and that stuff is all slowing down. But like I told Charles before, I live in Western Canada. It's all paper and pulp. We have like 3 of the main toilet paper factories are like.
Yeah, that's what.
Ooh, you are in lockdown, Roland.
Yeah.
Your borders are cut. You don't want to play friends anymore.
Well, it's not close to Americans.
That is true, and you guys can still come here.
Yeah. No, we left it open for Americans because it's just the economies are too intertwined. You just can't separate it. Right. It's just impossible.
Government officials suggest using Spock's Vulcan greeting instead of handshakes to prevent the spread of coronavirus.
I've seen everything.
Live long and prosper,
Yeah.
Survival of the richest.
I was watching an etiquette person today, and they're actually recommending it's very reminiscent. They call it I can't remember the something and nod, but it's very reminiscent to the Japanese business bow.
Yeah.
With their hands behind their back and just a bob.
I just live long and prosper. Just put your hand up like the in the Spock, live long and prosper.
Yeah.
Now you'll be able to spot the nerds then.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. I can't even make my fingers move that way.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Live long.
We all have our disabilities.
Prosper. I can't do that. I got so many swollen knuckles and start of arthritis in those fingers.
Of them, rubber bands they put on crabs and lobsters.
Yeah, go to Red Lobster and get some claw rubbers. So, Silence, you pull out your instrument, and this is all kind of going on, and you start playing, and you're only about just finishing a short little song. You're still ringing out the last few notes of the measure, and you hear a big booming voice say, "That was lovely. Do you have another?" As the branches of the tree rustle above you, and an apple drops to the ground.
Oh dear.
And you guys all hear it. This booming voice emanate from this tree. Kids are climbing up and down it. Was that girl?
Where'd that come from?
And then
Is
you hear
Bacchus talking to us? He's upset. No hard cider.
Yeah.
this little girl comes up to you with like her 2 front teeth missing, and she smiles, and she tugs and looks up at you, but she looks you eye to eye, and she points at the tree and she says, "That's Lefiros," but his name is like, or Lefirolos, something like that. Leafy. They're like, he always lets us play with him. And all the other kids are, running around, and there's chaos. It's general kids, right? There's no adults around other than you guys, so they don't give a shit. They're just doing whatever kids do.
Garl will look
Some of
up
them are even
there.
swearing.
Garl will look up in that area. I don't see nobody up there. Who's this LaFerros? Come on out, LaFerros. You
Is he
hiding?
Maybe.
I think he's underneath the tree.
The branches of the tree sway, and the tree itself lurches forward about 5 feet and says, "I am Lefiros, little one," and it waves its branches in something reminiscent of like a Vulcan hand gesture.
Oh, that answers a lot of questions.
Oh, okay. You're one of these walking, talking bonfires.
Shh, don't talk to it. Don't encourage it.
We don't even joke about bonfires around here.
Cloud is just gonna hug it.
It hugs you back.
Aw.
He is in
Oh.
ecstasy right now.
And now it's like a group hug. All the kids are climbing or group hugging you in the tree, and now some kids are kind of being assholes and jumping on some kids, and kind of goes too far. But the tree says, "I was created by a druid many centuries ago. I've lived in golden fields my entire life. Well, my life that I remember, and I must assume. But I live in the orchards, and I help to protect, and I help the children when it comes time to harvest. I will boost them up, lift them to the higher branches, and make sure that they stay safe."
So it's harvest time, is it?
Oh, it's only the beginning. By the end of the week, only certain things will be out in the fields. The corn stalks will be gone, the wheat and barley fields will be empty, and the storage units will be full to capacity.
Hey, guys, if that's the case, then these giants that's been harassing and stealing their goods, and the brigands that are on the roadway that have been stealing these harvests, they should be getting ready for some of this. We should be able to make some good money.
Oh, I can make us some good money, he says while holding the tree.
He says, "Indeed." He says, "For I know not if you heard, but several weeks ago, some giants did approach. They only hurled rocks against the wall, and our archers were able to chase them away. But it is a very strong possibility that they may come back."
Which wall did they
The
attack
kid
at?
falls to the ground and cries a little bit, but it's not really hurt. Just right by your feet, Silence. Just falls out of the branch and right horsing around. Goes too far. Another cry.
Yeah. Leafy, which wall did they come and attack at?
They came from the east,
There you go.
out of the forlorn hills.
There we go. We got a direction, guys.
Okay.
I see coin in our pocket for heads.
I do too.
Can we take a long rest here?
Yeah, we're fully cured. We're
Yeah, I just wanted to cast plant growth for him. So
Oh, you can. It is like we said. In fact, boom, the 1 o'clock bell goes off. So, you guys could stay the night and head out in the morning. If you want
It
to
takes
cast
8
your,
hours for me to cast. So I mean, if we gotta go, we gotta go. I'm not gonna worry about it. I just wanted to give you
Oh, we
guys
can.
some help.
As far as Gall would be concerned, is we can spend the night and organize ourselves and make plans and try to garner maybe more information about what's in the east in those mountains and forests and stuff that way, so we're better prepared.
I would love to hear you play more music. What did you want to do with this plant growth cloud? Cast it where?
I'm casting while I'm holding the tree. It's an 8 mile or a 1 mile radius, and
Okay.
everything grows double for the next year.
And I don't know if you heard before, but at that bountiful luck on that was on the screen, there was a big statue with a building with an open side. There's a lady there. She's also I think she's actually a priestess of Shantea. And they will trade or sell or whatever seeds and saplings and cuttings and anything like that. And that's like, there's like a big statue of Shantae, and right at the base of it is this little building. So if there was like any seeds or stuff that you wanted to trade, either to get or to donate, easily you could do that. And if you want to take the time to cast your plant growth, other people come to watch you. They keep like a respectful distance, but you do get like kids and old people and maybe some other people who are just slacking off of work. There's one guy from the animal pens that kind of comes over. He is just leaning against the fence from a pig pen in the distance, but he's clearly watching you as you perform your magic.
Yeah, we're holding hands, going round and round.
And the tree will, and the kids will. No one looks like put off by the fact that you're casting magic. In fact, you, because you are a druid and you have like the druidic language, you recognize signs of like there's druidic everywhere. The symbology everywhere. When you cast your spell, I don't know what your specific god is, or if it's to nature in general, but you really feel the presence of Shantea when you are casting your spell. Like you're expecting almost to see her. Her presence is that prominent in this area as you cast the spell. You can understand how this place is able to produce such a variety and such amounts of bounty for the people of the North. And on that, everybody take your inspiration for the day, and let's advance time a little bit now to evening. You guys are in the tavern. People are somewhat used to adventurers, and Michael, like, it's gotten out that you have blessed the brewery, and
it's going to be even better beer now.
like, you've blessed the brewery, and Cloud has blessed the bounty also of the place. Silence has provided music and stories and news and tales of your guys' glory. And the Garl with his like personality and the novelty of a deep gnome. And like I said, once the children hang on you guys all day. Like, even when Cloud is like casting his spell and you guys are like doing something else after like the 6-hour mark or whatever, right? You guys still have kids kind of following. It's not until well after dinner time and well after sundown that all the kids are finally gone. And as like some mothers have had to even come and drag some away by the ear. It's quite okay. Late at night. Let's just put it this way. Anything you guys needed to do?
Well, the only thing at night what Garl would do is on the warrant he's going to practice the signature.
You can, but there's a period of time where she is downstairs. She doesn't stay all night because she's not a party person.
No,
there's a time where she comes down and you kind of put everything kind of away. But if there is another opportunity to interact with her if you need to, because she is locked up in her room most of the time, but she does come for meal times.
No, but I'm talking about the warrant that we have that allows us to.
From Strong.
Yeah, practicing his signature.
His is easy.
Well, that's all right, but that's what Garl would do, setting it up storyline wise.
Yeah, you try a few times and you're like, I don't know, you just try it with your left hand and whatever. Yeah, his is easy. He's a non-exceptional half-orc, so he just whatever. It's pretty scrawling. He doesn't do a whole lot of writing. He probably doesn't. Yeah. That little guy, I can't remember his name, but the little bird guy. He gets drunk with you.
Get the name.
Oren.
That sounds right.
Yeah, he's like the little halfling dressed like a swashbuckler.
Yeah.
And he's clearly a bard. And he gets like so pissed drunk. You guys thought he was drunk the first night. He gets even more drunk. So now he's like kind of comfortable with you guys and trading stories and trading songs. And he's actually very entertaining. And the people here really appreciate him, but he drinks a lot.
Garl will whisper over the silence. Don't let him steal your good material. You know how you guys are. You're going after all the good songs. Hide your good stuff.
Yes, and I don't think he's clever enough to remember it. He's drunk most of the time.
Where'd that go? So like eventually like the crowd thins up. You guys kind of have like an idea of what you would like to do. And because Cloud, I'm not even gonna like penalize you a spell slot for casting that that's Plancro spell, because like you weren't here last time, you could optimize to have not done it. You know what I mean? So don't even penalize the spell slot. That's
Awesome.
you guys are just about thinking of going to bed. It's late when you hear some shouting outside, and then it becomes more clear to your conscience when you hear, "We're under attack!
Oh shit!
Dear.
Grab your arms! Defend!" You can hear it getting closer, and you can recognize it that it's Orin drunk, because I said, he always totters off in a drunken blear. He's you can hear him shouting, not sounding as drunk as when you last saw him. He could hardly talk or keep his head up when he left. He was on, just his head was on the bob. And he comes. You can hear that he's probably made it to the steps and is coming up the stairs. And he's like, "We're under attack! All in arms!" And he comes in, and he's like, you've never seen a more disheveled halfling. Like, he has like dirt and vomit, and it looks like he's rolling around in like a horse corral. Like, he's dirty. It looks like he was like passed out, rolling around in the ground. He's like, there. He turns and he says, "Coming around the roundhouse, I saw some goblins
Oh, that means Johnson nearby.
and something bigger."
Darl will roll out from his resting spot. He'll grab up his shield and his gear because he was sleeping in his leather armor. And then he's going to find a spot to hide and take cover so he can assess the situation as his eyelids wipe out the sleep from them.
All right.
Was it bigger than a baby's arm?
I think so. He's like, but goblins and something bigger coming around through the one garden, around the one longhouse.
How'd they get over the walls?
He shrugs. Climb it?
Means there's giants nearby.
Whatever. He's just a drunk.
Money going through Garl's head.
Might as well check just in case.
Fine.
You could go inside to look. It could go inside to look or anything.
I'll grab my shield too. Was I also sleeping in my
Oh no! In fact, like I said, you guys could even have still been up, like just a bar room or whatever. Like, just getting ready, deciding to go to bed.
Just give me a minute to put my breastplate on. Grab my shield. Friggin' is what I say the whole time.
Say it's not so.
some commoners that like may have been in there either like go up to their rooms or are led to like safer area by the owner, that guy that the Yeti dude.
Okay. Say it's not so, Garl will say. They're not throwing babies' arms at us. Those brutes.
So just throw the breastplate on, come outside this whole time, walk over to the area. I'm assuming we all just burst out together.
So yeah, you walk out the door, you're just strapping your shield on the steps, and you look out, and you do, as a matter of fact, see a few goblins kind of like sniffing around one of the longhouses.
And once I rub my eyes together, blink, look again.
Yeah. There looks like, several.
Well, son of a bitch.
Like, looks like more than 5 right now. And, I was gonna say roll percent, but it's not even hard to notice. When come around like one of the longhouses, you do indeed see a humanoid creature about as tall as the longhouse, and it has like a fleshy sloped head and a big club that it's holding kind of unnervingly, because it's like a big fucking tree trunk club, but it's holding it like right at the very end with one hand, and the tree trunk is just staying like perpendicular to the ground or parallel to the ground. And it doesn't really look like it's wearing anything really as clothing. It could be a loincloth, it could just be hair. You can't tell. And well, Michael, you speak giant. You know it's probably an ogre, it looks like.
Oh, okay. Well.
And it too, it's kind of like
I was expecting I was expecting an actual giant. An ogre, that's fine. I was handle that.
You can roll a perception with disadvantage because it is like dim, like it is dark out.
Okay. 1 second. I'm still +7, so.
Yeah.
Ah. 9.
Okay.
It would have
Yes,
been a 23, but you had to give me disadvantage.
Yeah. Well, them's the rules.
Yeah.
And yeah, and you could see that, like, I mean, like, you're on the steps of like this big stone building, so the ogre, when he comes around the corner, he just kind of looks at it kind of in awe, and then you could see his sight kind of focuses on you, and he just gives you like a intimidating snarl, but he's like a distance away, like across the courtyard, but they see you and they see like the inn.
Come on, ogre.
And you see them.
Come on, ogre. Let's do this. Stride forward. I just bless these fields. I'm not going to be having your kind around here.
Okay, I'm gonna go for a bio. You guys roll initiative, and we'll get into an initiative order. I'll go for a bio quick.
Oh, yes. Carl has a 25.
You're going before me.
I'm waiting for you to kind of not holler out ogres, but mention that there's goblins out there, because I got to play there.
They're your goblins, right?
In my mind.
I got an 11. So I mean, it's not so slow.
Oh, we lose our bard. Yes. Silence, Bart. Come back. Don't run and hide so deep. And how about our eyes in the sky? Hey, was that moonshine you were picking up?
Oh yeah.
It looked good. Apple moonshine?
Well, no, it's just beer.
Oh, just beer? It looked almost like that apple pie moonshine.
Yeah, I do have here. Can you see my camera? Here,
Not now. We did. It did when you're picking on up. Oh, that looks good.
There.
That's beer, right?
No, this is apple wine.
Apple wine. Oh, okay.
Wine. I made it on I put it up to ferment on the summer solstice.
Okay.
It was ready on the winter solstice, and I still have a little bit left over.
Oh, cool.
But I was just like, oh yeah, St. Patrick's Day, so it's putting a little beer in the refrigerator, so it will be cool for like dinner tonight.
Yeah, don't blame you.
Yeah. This Thursday is the spring equinox, and so I have strawberry wine over here, which I will show you, which will be ready then.
See, my old man wouldn't put the beer in the refrigerator. He'd put it on the wood stove.
He put it on the where?
Wood stove.
Here.
He drank his beer almost hot.
Here's the strawberry wine.
Oh, it does have that nice strawberry color.
Yeah.
That's good.
You look in the how do you call that? You look in the bottom of it, you can even see the strawberries.
Yeah.
Down in the bottom of it.
So when you pour it out, you filter it first?
Yeah. Somewhat. I do filter it. I put a coffee filter on the see the spigot.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Did you see the spigot?
Yeah, I see the spigot.
Okay. I put a coffee filter. I put it over it.
Okay.
And, filter it out of that into those mason jars that I use. Yeah. So this will be due in 2 days. And so on the equinox, on the fall equinox is when I put it on. And so it'll be ready 6 months fermenting. And then I'll jar it up and, we can have it on the burner. And I'll have to make something more, wash this whole jar out and put something more in it. I just don't know what I'm going to put in it.
Well, I'll tell you, if I end up with more maple syrup than what I got right now, because we started late, what I'll do is I'll send you a little bit of maple syrup so you can make something that's made with maple syrup. Great replacement for the sugar.
Yeah. Maple syrup probably works just one. Maple syrup probably works just as well as honey, right?
Oh yeah, maple syrup and honey both, and they both have a bunch of natural antioxidants.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's generally what I do is I make mead out of honey.
Yeah.
But I could use, I never thought about that, but I could use maple syrup instead of honey. Just sugar, it's the whole concept. Yeast eats sugar and pisses out alcohol.
Yeah.
Yeast pea.
Garl got a 25 and Nicodemus got an 11. Still waiting for Silence and Cloud.
Got a 6.
6. And Silence, what did you get for initiative?
I didn't get that far. The internet died out. Hang on.
It's okay.
It got the virus.
That'll be very surprising. Hang on. No, don't die me again.
What level are we?
7.
7, aren't we?
Yeah.
And then belong slog, and then we're I got 8.
Okay.
Was that a black cat?
Yes, for a witch or a sorcerer
I love black cats.
or a warlock. That's more traditional, a warlock.
So, the top of the round, you're on the steps, Nicodemus, and you say that to the ogre, and he sees you, but it's technically Garl's go.
And all Garl's, he's inside, so and he rolled on out from where he was sleeping and just looking about to see what the situation is. And so he's just listening. He probably hears some loud mumble jumble the Nicodemus and whatever this other thing is in a language he doesn't understand. Sounds a little bit familiar because he's heard it in the past, but not understanding. So he's readying an action that if he sees a enemy, that he'll go ahead and engage the enemy.
Okay, but where are you?
There's an ogre over there.
Oh, where am I? I'm in my room because I was practicing my forgery.
Okay, roll me a d4.
Okay. A 3.
You will have to move out of your room. Your room, it sounds like this is happening on the south side. Your room faces north.
Okay, no problem. But that's what he's doing in this round, anyways. Is assessing his situation.
Okay. Nicodemus.
Yo.
The ogre and the goblins. In fact, the ogre can't quite make it up the stairs, just with movement, whatnot. Or can he? Let me see before I commit.
Can you walk upstairs?
Well, I'm just thinking distance in my head.
Oh, okay.
And what's his movement? Oh, he's actually fast. But you know what? I stick to what I say because in my head I'm thinking 60 feet away.
He can make it. It just takes a dash.
Well, he can get there, but that's what I'm saying. He's basically at the.
Right, usually do. Right.
All right. Because he comes to the. Fuck it. Hey, he's gonna come, but he gets to like the base of the stairs.
Okay.
And he basically like he's wary. Like you just come and challenge him, he's taking a ready action. Not a ready action, a dodge. Because he moves his 40 feet right up to the stairs.
Oh,
now
fuck, talking? Oh, fine. We'll talk.
What?
If he's taking a ready action,
but
that means he's not ready to just chuck his
three of these goblins. They're quick little buggers. And they run and scamper up the stairs. And Does a 14 hit you?
Am I wearing my armor and do I have my?
Yeah, you are. I'm not going to penalize you guys at all for it.
Okay, then no. No. Is it a melee attack or is it a range?
Melee. They have their
Daggers, short swords, something, scimitars.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just their short swords. And let's see.
Oh hell no!
Where is that?
Oh hell no!
And the highest that any of them roll with advantage was a 14. They run right up, but they like running up the stairs. They're almost stumbling and scampering. Like, you know what I mean? Like stumbling over each other as they run up. And you got like 3 goblins there on the steps in front of you, and the ogre is down at the bottom. You can see that there appears to be like 7 other goblins down by the longhouse still, and they kind of look like they're gonna be creeping in or whatever. You could roll me another perception.
I mean, disadvantage.
Yes.
Oh, never mind. 25.
You also happen to see one near a longhouse and one actually against the side of this North Furrows end here. A distance away, you can see a couple bugbears creeping in the shadows. And it's your turn. So you got the...
What do I want to do? What do I want to do? I'm surrounded by 3 goblins.
Your companions are just in the building inside.
First off, I want to yell, "Goblins!" First and foremost, I want to yell that.
You hear your voice go over, and you can hear your voice scream out in the night.
And then I want to... what do I want to do? What do I want to do? I think I'm just going to draw my sword and whack a goblin. How's that sound?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm going to do at the moment. I'm just going to draw my sword and whack a goblin. So, that'll be a 24 to hit the goblin.
How much?
24.
Wow.
To hit the goblin for 3 points of damage.
But you hit him mightily. Like, it's not even
Right.
like you hit him in a soft spot. Like, you actually like cut through like a section of his armor.
Yeah, but I'm so weak that it didn't get much into his flesh, as it only did 3 points of damage.
But still, yeah, you just chop right into the armor. If like he hadn't been wearing armor, it would have been a severe blow. Most of your energy went into splitting the armor.
Yeah.
And he howls in pain. With that voice that goblins have. Anything else you would like to do?
I yelled, "Goblins!" I yelled goblins. I did that. I do have like a bonus action or movement. I don't want to move because they're there. No, I'm good at the moment.
Okay, so you're just in defense
Yeah.
of the North Furrows End, right at the steps between the doors, and if you also remember, there's two two life-size statues of rearing stallions on either side, and you and the goblins are fighting on like the top terrace of the steps between.
Now, just FYI, when you mentioned that there were bugbears around the longhouse, that's not the brewery, right?
No, the brewery is like I said, is actually like about a mile or two away in the middle of the fields. What you have here in your area is you have the inn, like the tavern, the North Rose Inn. You guys have also in the courtyard there, or nearby is like the temple of Shantea, and then longhouses where people live are like the next nearest thing, and that's kind of where it looks like that these guys came out of the fields and around the longhouses and were just, you know.
Notice Schmuck didn't guide us a favor about how much money per head of goblin. Foiled.
Don't hurt my subjects.
But and don't forget, like I said, Goldfield is so spread out, right? Like it's like a town. Like if you look, like, you know, you look at the Gold Gulp, it's way the fuck out there, you know.
There could be a giant
Even
out there somewhere, right?
Pardon me.
There could be a giant out there somewhere.
There could be even like you're like, you know, that the walls of the city are you know, have a lot of guards. Like I said, the walls are 60 feet high and they're wide, and then there's areas every mile or so that brought it out into a big like terrace with like pagodas and barracks, so you know that the walls are guarded, but even the walls are so far away that like you know that there's no way that on the walls are hearing you.
So where did these people come from? How did they get over the walls?
Well, it's not unreasonable to think that a small group could climb over the walls in the dark somewhere. Because like I said, it is like a mile apart, right? The thing, so.
Yeah, I'm done. Next.
After you, it goes. Shit. Cloud or Silence? I forgot. One was a 6. What?
I had 8.
Okay, yeah. So Silence is your go. You can hear Nicodemus shout "Goblins!" and some snarling and like the sound of melee combat outside on the steps.
Oh dear. Hang on, what can I do again? Oh no. Open up, P program. Open up. Well, say for now, I'll run towards the source of noise just to make sure. Wait, there is goblins or is there not?
I yell goblin.
You go to like the doors where Nicodemus' head went out, and you do see that he's like fighting goblins, and you could see that there's a big lumbering shape at the base of the stairs about another 20 feet away or so.
Oh dear. And if only... that's better. Now it's up. What have we got here? I'll try Tasha's Hideous Laughter.
One of the goblins or the big shape?
The big shape.
Excellent choice.
You will probably eliminate him. What do I gotta roll?
I'm just pulling that up. Let's check what that save is.
What's your charisma?
I think it's charisma.
She's a
think
bard.
it
It's
is.
probably
Hang on.
charisma. If not, it's wisdom.
Internet, why do you have to be so
Yeah, I'm not
slow?
sure. Charisma or wisdom?
A creature of your choice that you can see within range perceives everything as hilariously funny and falls into fits of laughter if the spell affects it. The target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or fall prone, including incapacitated and unable to stand up for the duration. A creature of the intelligence score of 4 or less isn't affected.
Oh shit! It may be unaffected. I'm just joking.
No, it's affected. I was reading. What kind of save?
A wisdom saving throw.
That's. What's your spell DC?
Spell DC was
8 plus your proficiency bonus plus your charisma.
okay. So my charisma is 18 plus the pre and proficiency bonus.
Okay, 4, 7, 15. Okay, it fails. It rolled a
So
13.
it's laughing.
It all of a sudden just. But and it's like not a nice laugh. It's like, and it like is like practically roaring like a bear as
Well,
it
that should get some
no
people
laughing
running.
topples
Over. Come and face me.
to the ground. Uh, yeah. You incapacitate the ogre for now. He succumbs to your spell.
Yes.
At the top, Garl, you can definitely hear
No.
that. It sounds like someone is like tickling a bear to death.
Okay, but you've skipped Cloud.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
sorry,
yeah.
Cloud. There you are. Yeah.
Cloud is
Cloud,
not
where
a
are-
literal cloud.
By the way, where are you in this whole situation? You could be practically anywhere.
I'll be inside the wall and I'll just fly up to get a good look at the situation.
Yeah.
I'll hold the spell.
And you can roll me a perception with disadvantage because it's dark outside.
I was about to say you could have been roosting on top of the.
That's kind of what I'm assuming. Somewhere up in the roof of the North Furrow end, or even of the temple of Shantea. You could have been like in the bell tower.
Sounds good.
Like,
I got a 17.
okay, you can see like that, like the few goblins. You see the ogre. You even see like the bugbears hiding and skulking. But you can see that Nicodemus is fighting some of the goblins on the front steps, and you have like a direct view across to like the North Furrow's end. And you can see Nicodemus fighting these goblins on the steps between these statues of these rearing horses as the ogre suddenly collapses at the base of the stairs in fits of laughter. And you see some other goblins out in the courtyard below near the longhouses.
Okay. I will fly straight into the air and towards the gate. Dash action.
The gate is honestly about a mile away to the city.
Oh, well, where are they attacking? The wall?
No, they're not attacking. They're just in. They were skulking around one of the longhouses when Oren spotted them.
Oh,
They're
I see what you mean.
They're in the town.
Okay.
Like
I
I said,
will get to the very back of them if I can.
You can fly down to like
I want to.
behind that longhouse that they're nearby,
Okay.
or what?
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just trying to tactically get behind them.
Yeah, you can do that. You can totally come like near that longhouse and they don't even know you're there. So you can still like get in action. Like you were that close by with where you were in the temple. So you can see that there's some goblins milling near this longhouse. Looks like, they're looking for things to burgle, and you can see across the courtyard at the North Furrow end the Nicodemus fighting the goblins and the ogre laughing.
Okay, and that's my turn.
Okay, up to Garl. You could hear, like I said, a bear being tickled to death. That's what it sounds like.
All right. Garl will then come out of his room and he's going to head down towards the sound of that with his short bow in hand and his buckler strapped onto his forearm and move down towards that way, being somewhat cautious, looking around and such, and looking to see what he sees on his way down into the front stoop.
You see the owner come up the stairs, and he has like a few commoners. Like you could see like a couple work people you recognize, and a couple looks like just patrons. And when he sees you coming down the hallway with your stuff, he motions with his thumb. He says, "Goblins made it over the wall. I'm just taking these people to safety."
You do that, Tiny, and Garl the Great will protect you and the rest of the residents here. You say goblins? I got the cure for goblins. And Garl's going to head towards the door.
All right. You don't make it quite there, but you could see across the bar room that the doors are open, and you could see Nicodemus and Silence out on the steps having a melee.
All right, that's what Garl's doing. He's just moving as fast as he can to get to the doorway so he can find his disruptive, rebellious subjects.
Okay. Nicodemus, you can make an attack of opportunity on one of these goblins because he's going to lunge towards Silence.
Oh, and I'll roll a 1. Yeah, that's a total of 6, if that means anything. But it's a 1.
Okay, you take like a unenthusiastic kind of backhand swing at him as he darts towards Silence.
In my defense, I'm probably somewhat drunk.
Well, true. Silence. This goblin, he sees you. You come out and you cast your spell, and this goblin, he's actually like not quite even on the top stair. He's on like the like a stair from the top, but he jumps from there towards you. Like he just makes one great leap, snarling, and you can see Nicodemus kind of swing, but ineffectively at him. But he swings and he hits you with an attack of 21. And he does 8 piercing damage as he stabs you in your hip with his short sword. He just, springs at you just feral.
Okay, since he's quite close, I could probably pull my dagger on him.
Well, when it's your go, they're not quite done yet. That's just what the one guy did. But, so
let's see.
Nicodemus, the guy. Ooh. Where the fuck? The one guy, he manages to, you fend off the first fellow, the second guy manages to dart in, and he strikes you for 5 points of piercing damage.
Now I'm pissed.
Cloud especially, you can see because you're down there behind some of the goblins. You could see that they are like opening. One of them opens the door to the one longhouse. It looks like that this longhouse, it looks like Blackbird. And he opens the door and he draws his short sword and he begins creeping inside, and there are others that are kind of like, look like that they're going to be entering. behind him. But they're doing it very slowly and cautiously, but they're kind of using the cover of like, you know, the night to their goblins. Technically they should be hiding, but they're doing that.
We could have disengaged instead of provoking an attack of opportunity.
No.
Yeah, they can bonus action disengage.
Oh yeah. That's right, they can. Oh, but do you know what? Doesn't matter anyway, so.
I didn't hit him.
That's why it was an ineffectual swing.
Yeah.
He was doing that. So the goblins are done. The ogre will have to make another savings throw. He where is that? Where'd it go? He is still laughing. He does not have a good wisdom score. So he is still laughing. Garl,
Yes.
you see that like one of the side windows, you see it opens up and a long hairy arm reaches in and into the window pulls a bugbear pulls himself in.
Fucking shit.
Gar will take his bow, and he's going to shoot at the bugbear.
Okay, it'll be on your go, but that's what you see because
Yep.
that's where he went. And Nicodemus, your go.
Okay, that goblin I slashed at last time. I'm gonna
Yep.
be like, oh, this is my last time. I think I'm going to use. I still have that spell, don't I? Yeah, I still got it. All right, this is my last attempt with my sword before I start using spells, bitches, and it'll hurt. It'll hurt a lot. Oh, there we go. That's a 19 to hit. The
Yep.
same goblin that I stabbed last time for 3.
Yep.
Oh, and this time I get him for 7 points of slashing damage. I slam it right through his freaking eyeball, I'm assuming, and skewer him.
Absolutely. That time you're like, oh, I'm not going to chop at his armor. I'll just go for his face.
And then while my sword is stuck in there, I'm just going to pull my hoof up and kick him off my blade backward as he falls backwards down the stairs to the laughing ogre. And I look at the other one and be like, your last chance to join our side, kiddo. And that's it. I'm done.
That was good. That was good. Silence. You got this one goblin that just stabbed you. You can see Nicodemus just killed one and kicked it down the stairs as it clanks and rolls. Like a sack full of meat and wrenches.
Okay, so I've still got this goblin on me then.
Yes.
Okay, time to dig out the rapier.
All right.
Since it's close by.
Oh, yeah.
I have a rapier and a dagger.
Yep.
So I'm going to try and skewer it on my rapier.
Okay, make an attack roll.
Oh, it's been a while, wasn't it? What do I need for attack roll
Your
again?
dexterity plus your proficiency bonus.
Dexterity plus proficiency. Dexterity
And then roll a die 20 and add
plus
it.
2,
that
plus
number.
3, so plus 5, and a die 20.
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty good. I've
Wait,
got
what?
25.
Yep.
I rolled a natural 20, and then that's
Oh.
plus the 5 from the modifier.
Okay, natural 20 on an attack roll. You add an extra dice worth of damage. Your rapier does 1d8 piercing damage plus dexterity normally. Because it was a critical, I want you to roll 2d8 and add your dexterity bonus afterwards.
Kill it.
Okay. Okay, first one was 4, the second one was 3.
So it's 7 plus your dexterity bonus, which was what? Plus 3? Plus 2? I forgot.
No, it's plus 2 dexterity bonus. Well, mine is.
Okay, so that's you rolled 7 plus the 2 for your dexterity. That's total of 9 points of damage on the critical hit. You may describe killing him.
Okay, well, bastard got me in the hip, so I'm going to take him out through the groin.
Okay.
And you do, it looks like he just sprouts a tail.
Well, that's got to be extremely painful.
And he just winces, leans forward, and you quickly pull your rapier out, and he just falls forward, dead, forming a large pool of blood that slowly runs down the white marble steps.
Add a bit of psychological damage to that. Killed through the groin.
Nothing Freudian about that at all.
Nope.
Cloud, you can see these goblins that are entering a longhouse right here in front of you.
Okay. As a free action, I spread my wings.
Mhm.
As an action, I conjure animals, 8 wolves behind me. And as a bonus action, I turn into a dire wolf. Then we all howl a challenge at them.
They turn around to see the commotion, and, well, they're very startled. They just, because suddenly, oh, you guys hear the sound of wolves howling. That is another startling sound to the battlefield. Up to the top, Garl, you can see this bugbear coming in, and he sees you, and what you gonna do? You're gonna shoot at him.
Yep. And that's, I got 15 on the die plus, let's see here. Get my sheet here and double check it. That will be, come on, computer. Let's see. There we go. Come on. Slow butt computer. Yeah, +7, so that's a 22 to hit.
You hit him.
Okay, and let's see here. And did I have advantage? Basically asking to see if basically asking to see if I get my sneak attack damage.
Yeah.
All right. And so he'll take 5 plus 3, 8 points of piercing damage between the sneak attack and the arrow.
Okay.
And as a free action, seeing the goblin down on silence and seeing that it's being impaled, he's going to holler out, "Oh, you rebel goblins, subsist! This is your king!" And that pretty much should take every ounce of anything I'm doing.
Okay. The 8. There, that's what I want. The goblin, Michael, he 14 misses you, I think.
Yes, it does.
He takes one last swing at you, and he's gonna do the disengage thing and head down the stairs and takes a leap over the ogre. The goblins at the longhouse see these wolves, and they just bolt.
Oh, so they're not friends.
And
We have wolves.
in fact, I'll say that Cloud, one of them was close enough. You can take, they can disengage. Never mind, because they bolt, and they're goblins. They just kind of evaporate. They were there, and now they're just poof. They just, like, some of them might have even went into the longhouse, and sure enough, you can even hear some, like, a crash and some screaming from inside the one longhouse. So that takes care of the goblins. The ogre, I will have to roll for him. Where'd that go? Nope. He failed again. Because he needs a 15, right? 4 plus 3 charisma. Yeah. He needs a 15. No, he failed again. He is still laughing. The one bugbear inside that's Garl, he sees you, and he's gonna just come running, and he even tips over a couple tables as he comes with raising his what the hell is it called? His Morning Star. Does he only have one attack? Oh, doesn't seem right. Yeah, and he swings and he misses you. His Morning Star with the long spikes, he swings down, and you can hear it chink off the polished stone of the floor. But you have bugbear in melee combat, and the size is quite a difference. A gnome and a bugbear. His long arms seem very disproportionate.
Yeah, but he's still
got an arrow in him with a big blood patch in his fur that's slowly growing.
Yeah, it's just he's still medium sized though as well.
Yeah. But at the max, he's 7 foot 11 inches and 3/4. He's maxed out.
Yeah. No, I'm just because of
and his ears lower in anger
because of his Garl's race there and being small. He get I'm checking to see if he gets that tiny advantage when battling, if it's one size larger or two size larger, type thing. But I'll look that up and have it ready.
I don't even know if they do that in 5e anymore.
Yeah.
But Michael, the one goblin took off, and you could see that
away.
Across the way, you could see that there are some wolves near a longhouse where the goblins were. It seems like the most of them have just scattered. The ogre is still laughing.
I want to chase after that goblin in a manner, and I'm going to start chanting, and then I'm going to reach into my urn that I have in my backpack as I'm running after him, dip my fingers in some of the beer, and sling it at the goblin as I'm chanting, and the beer will float magically in the air around him and up his nostrils into a. And he should make a wisdom saving throw versus charm person. DC 15.
Okay.
I told him this is his last chance to join our side.
He failed. I don't know what you said, Mike. Yeah, he failed. What?
And okay, and I want him to act a little, or a little tipsy.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm like, and I'll say, stop. Why are you running from us? You should be helping us. And,
What'd you cast on him?
Charm person.
He says, he just points at like the dead goblin laying at the base of the stairs near him, and the laughing ogre.
They're not your friends.
But you don't know. But you don't even know if he's pointing at the fact that like there's a dead goblin or that there's an ogre.
Oh, well, I suppose we will have to dispatch the ogre. Would you like to help? I'm sure he's done many bad things to you.
Aye.
All right, come over here in unison. AKA on our next turn, you ready an action goblin on your turn to stab him as he's lying there, and on my next turn I'll go with and we'll take him out together, okay, brother?
Well, charmed person. He's for it. You see him like aim like his scimitar that he had out. He aims it towards the ogre, because like I said, he's nearby there anyways. So he gives a curt little nod, and he is charmed. And
that's it. I'll
swaying.
make my way over to the ogre and take up the spot over him to for the next round. I can like touch him or attack him.
Yeah, he's charmed and kind of bleary-eyed and kind of swaying.
Yeah.
I'll
coaxing the goblin over there to join me to help. I'm on your side. We'll take these ogres who have been hurting you away. Been dominating you. Your team's inside. It's okay. I'm done.
Silence. You see Nicodemus gain control over this one goblin. You could tell he used some sort of magic, for he flicked ale through the air, but you could see like where there's a bunch of wolves now near that one longhouse, that all the goblins kind of like scattered from the area. It looks like some of them went into even the longhouse. Your go.
Well, I think I see him.
Oh, and you also hear, because you're also at top steps, you also hear like some sort of commotion from back inside the bar as well.
I think I'll go out towards the ogre to offer my rapier's blade.
You may do that.
Just in case, combined we should be enough to at least do it quite a bit of damage in one blow.
Nicodemus, you could see Silence walking down the steps, avoiding the rivulet of blood, coming down with her rapier. looking at you knowingly.
I was
The
like,
goblin looks a little bit nervous, but
the ogre, as soon as we're all standing around it, ready to whack it. That's just what I'll say to her.
okay. And since you only had to move down, I'll consider it a readied action for you, Silence.
Okay.
Okay, because really all you did was move down the stairs. So, it will probably be on Nicodemus's next turn. It'll all happen. Okay, so you go down, you raise your weapon to offer. You look at them in agreement and nod. The goblin also has his weapon raised. Cloud, you and your wolves. You around, Cloud? Well, I assume that the wolves are going to rout out the goblins.
Oh, is it my turn? I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
Can I roll to see if I could find them?
You can easily find at least a few near you. The ones that bolted, your wolves can. I mean, because they can sniff. They can
Okay.
sniff.
Yeah, I guess whichever ones are obvious, we'll eliminate them. We'll find whoever's next.
Okay, the ones that are like, you know that there's like at least a couple in the one roundhouse that you're right beside, and you can hear like a couple screams and some crashing and some commotion inside. But your wolves can easily go and hunt out the rest if you want to take care of the ones in the longhouse.
Yeah, sounds good.
The you come out to the door, you nuzzle your way in. You have to lower your back somewhat, but not. The people inside, you can see that this longhouse is. It looks like it could accommodate 100 people and live comfortably. There are some areas that are divided with like hanging rugs and stuff like that. There's a lot of cots. It's not like military, like it's a little bit more like comfort and a little bit more chaotic. Like some people have areas with rugs, and there's places for storage. There's places where there's nice cooking fire pits laid in. But what's going on right now is that there's a couple goblins coming in, and people are kind of waking up and causing a commotion when they look like, and when the big wolf comes in, it it doesn't get like near the amount of fear. Like, I mean, some people kind of move out of the way as they're waking up, but their worry is to stay away from the goblins who are like taking up positions of defense from like whoever might be coming after them, especially this big wolf now comes squeezing its way through the door. So you could move and attack one of the goblins easily. As
Okay.
he's like flipping over some furniture to hide behind amidst the chaos in this longhouse.
I will try to bite his head off.
You may do so.
Does a 15 hit?
It does.
That's 2d4 plus 2. That is 9 damage.
You literally bite his head off. You can describe killing him.
The wolf walks up to him, looks at his little barricade, puts one foot on it, and steps over and bites his head off.
Just does a dog shake, and just the body just goes flying.
And then he looks at the next goblin, and that's my turn. Well, my wolves are out there hunting.
Yeah, your wolves can track down the other ones that are out there. That was Cloud. Back to top of the round. Garl, you got this bugbear on you, and you can see like still your no, I guess you can't. Your companions have moved away from the top of the steps. They're no longer within view.
Okay. Garl, with a bonus action, is going to cast Hunter's Mark on it, on the bugbear.
Yeah.
Then he's going to go ahead and shoot at him with another arrow.
Are you going to still be... Oh, you have that fighting thing. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that close quarter.
Yeah.
And 17 plus 7, 24 to hit.
Okay, yeah, you hit him.
And that will be 8, 11, 15 points of damage.
Okay, you sink another arrow into him right up to the fletchings. And again, you can see that dark stain on his fur begin to grow. His face winces, but he's still coming.
And then I'm going to move 12 feet away from him using my scout ability.
Okay.
Which doesn't provoke an attack of opportunity.
Okay.
And I'll move back up the stairs because he's at the lower portion I'm taking from my mental picture.
Yeah.
Yep.
Correct.
So that's what
begin moving up the stairs. Yeah.
Yep, that's what Garl's doing. He's and then with free action, he's gonna holler to the goblins, "Rally around your king and protect your king! Here, here!" And that's it.
Okay. The goblins. I will do the one goblin that is like in this longhouse. He tosses down his shield, and he has like a little bit of a barricade that he's behind, like one of the stone fire pits, and he takes a shot at a what's his name? Cloud with his longbow. Does a 13 hit you with an attack roll in wolf form?
Not dire wolf, no.
No? Okay, he shoots an arrow at you and he misses. The other goblins are, you can hear like snarls of wolves and like some yelling of goblins outside of the longhouse and in the darkness. The ogre still laughing. The bugbear that is on Garl is gonna like he can only come at you one way now that you're backing your way partial you're partially
Yep.
back up the stairs. He can only come at you from one way, and he goes to the bottom of the stairs. Oh, that's the wrong one. And he comes at Garl.
Yeah.
He swings at you, almost leaping up the stairs with his long arms, and he actually
Okay.
strikes you for a natural 20.
All right. That's all good. That's all good times.
Oh yeah. I'm just surprised. "21 points of damage with the Morning Star as
Owzer.
he lays into you. The thing is like you're going up the stairs, and because of his long reach and height, you almost realize that you set yourself up almost like a T-ball.
Yep. Owzer.
And he is able to like put everything he has behind it, and he does, and connects you for 21 points of damage. It's now Nicodemus's go. The ogre is still laughing, and you have Silence beside you taking a readied action, and the goblin in front of you taking a ready action, waiting for your cue.
All right, fellas. 3, 2, 1, and then I'm going to. Well, actually, I want to sheathe my sword. I want to go. Ready, fellas? 3, 2, 1. I want to reach out and touch him with my hand dripped in alcohol, and it's going to burn and singe his flesh. aka, I'm doing inflict wounds.
What? What condition is he under with the Tasha's?
He may be prone. I may have advantage.
Like, I know he's prone, but like, is he like restrained or anything, or?
No, he's not restrained.
It's gotta be either.
He's not restrained. I mean, he's rolling on the floor laughing. He's more
But is
prone,
he
really.
incapacitated? Like, read the spell.
Hang on.
Oh, he's not.
Because he has actual conditions on him which improve the attack or the damage.
Target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or fall prone, becoming incapacitated. So yes, incapacitated.
Oh my god, he is incapacitated.
Okay,
What does that mean?
I actually don't. Well, for you guys, I actually don't think it means anything. It would mean if he had a spell concentrated on, that would be gone or whatever. But
it's not one of those auto crits or anything. I was looking.
No, it's not. That's no.
He just can't take actions or react.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and anything he had is so. But you guys do get advantage on the attack roll because he's prone, and anything that you might get for advantage. So if you had sneak attack or whatever, but I don't think it does. But you guys can. I gotta go to my goblin here.
They don't have sneak attack either.
No, but I'm gonna go. I gotta.
See, they're not from my tribe. My tribe would definitely have sneak attack.
Ooh, just about a crit, but not.
Because we'd raise them all as rogues.
Well, no doubt. Well, the goblin. How much damage did you do, Michael, with your inflict?
I only did 11 points of necrotic damage. Kind of sad.
And how much damage did you do, Silence, with your rapier?
Let's see. Hang
for
on.
doing your readied action when.
Hang it. Just lost it. What? No, just lost some of the information. Hang on, I have to do it again. So that was a readied action, so rapier's 1d piercing. Don't think I have any modifier. No, wait. Do I have a modifier?
Just your dexterity. D8
Just my
plus your
dexterity.
dexterity.
And that's just one roll. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, 6.
You did 11, and you did 6, and with the goblin's contribution of 3, that's an even 20. Hey, where's my 0? There it is. So you guys all stab down at him just like a sewing machine. And he howls. Even like more than his laughter, which was already like getting loud. Well, that was Nicodemus's go. Silence, it's still your go. Or it's your go now. Because that was Nicodemus's.
Okay.
It's
So first,
gruesome, by the way, just kind of stabbing at this creature that's laying. It's like, you know, when they like chain down bears to go hunting, right? They just
Yeah.
chain it down and shoot
So it's
it.
not dead yet.
No, it is not. But you can
might as well
see where blood is.
Stabbing.
You're still prone. You can still incapacitated.
So I'll stab it again.
So yeah, with advantage, like you roll twice, pick the highest for the attack roll.
Okay, the highest was 9.
9.
Wait, sorry. Attack or damage? I was doing damage, sorry.
No, yeah, attack roll. Like die 20, take the highest, then add your attack modifier.
Die 20. Okay, hang on. Oh, no, attack. The attack roll is 12.
You hit it. Roll your damage. Die 8 plus your dexterity.
7.
Okay. Okay. You have a movement, any bonus actions, anything you want to do? You're just there trying to help finish off this ogre. Okay, Cloud, you got this one goblin barricaded again. He is like a range distance away, but not hard for you to move up to get him if you want to finish off the second bugbear in here. Or
Yeah,
not bugbear, goblin, I mean.
Yeah, I'm after him.
Okay. You can easily move forward and take your attack roll. You see his eyes just get wider as you approach with blood already covering your muzzle. Make your attack roll.
I rolled a 13.
You hit him because he was using his bow. He threw down his shield, so you can do your damage.
8.
You just snap your large jaws on this one. You can describe killing him as well.
I run so fast that I throw my head through the barricade and I bite him in half.
Yeah, nice. And you could see that like people all the way down this longhouse, you could see like are like have woken up and are moving into groups, but no one is really like no one looks injured. It doesn't look like there seems to be any no one really seems to be in imminent danger right as of now. So we will go to the top of the round, but to do that, I'm going to go use the washroom quick.
Okay.
Alrighty. Whew. All right. We still here?
I'm still here.
Okay. I just the long silence makes me wonder sometimes on my laptop or my desktop.
Yo.
Goblins don't taste very good.
No. Hey, watch it. Those are my subjects, even though they may be rogues and rebels.
I got you a loyal one now.
I don't know what happened. The pack of wolves stormed the city and ate them and then disappeared.
Then again, they're pretty used to druid magic around here. It's like, anyways, Garl. Got this
Garl
one.
will move back 25 feet,
Yep, up the stairs, up the stairs, up the stairs.
and then he's going to go ahead and fire another arrow.
Okay. You may.
And he will miss, believe it or not. Holy shoot. I don't believe a 9 will hit. So he misses. And then as his bonus action.
How about this?
What?
No, okay, yeah, I'm sorry. I was thinking about something else. I had lost track. Okay, forget about it. Okay, go.
And
So,
as his bonus action, he will how far is he from his room that he was at this point?
I'd say you're pretty much at the top of the stairs. I don't know, across the floor. Like, I don't know the dimensions of the building.
Okay,
like,
more than 50 feet.
I would say so.
All right, then all Garl's going to do is then on his bonus action dash back closer to his room, which would give him, he'll be able to move 50 feet then.
Yeah, your room is like, you can see it.
Okay, but it just that's
Yeah.
just In
Yeah.
his mind, just putting that much more distance between him and that nasty, that nasty morning star.
um, and
And he'll make that traditional call to protect your king to the goblins as he does all that.
okay, you hear like wolves and goblins fighting in the darkness, kind of here and there. You could see that from other longhouses. People are poking their heads out. Uh, like attention is starting to to get drawn
Yep.
to what's going on. I have to keep. Does that break the laughter spell? Does he stop laughing when he's attacked?
Yes, he does, because that's how the spell works. Either each round he retries to see if he's still under the spell, or if he gets hurt.
Okay. So he stops laughing and use half his movement to stand up. I'm gonna get Silence, Nicodemus, and the Goblin are gonna roll d20. Low is bad. Low will get the attention of the ogre on this round. So just roll a basic d20, Nicodemus, and Silence.
Okay.
I got an 8.
Ooh, got 16.
Would you roll Nicodemus?
I rolled an 8.
An 8?
Ouch.
He is gonna take a swing at you.
Going to try.
Oh yeah. Does a 22 hit you?
No. I'm just fucking with you. Of course it does. I shield. How much damage it take, bro? Ow, that hurts. Only pissed now.
16 damage.
Easy,
Bludgeoning. He doesn't have any multi-attack or anything, so he just stands up, Michael. When you guys stab him and you like cast your spell and you could see like his discolored yellow flesh turns like a sickening like greenish purple, and even like where you touch him with your hand, the skin actually sloughs away into wetness.
Oh, that hurts so.
And when he stands up, and he just, as he stands up to his full height, he just raises his arms and his club continues to go higher and higher and higher until, with a surprisingly fast motion, it comes down and strikes you for that 16 damage. The bugbear is coming down the hallway to like kind of see where Garl went, when one of the side doors opens up and the Yeti dude jumps out. And he is going to, and like now you can see, like you can really see where his circus act came into play. He comes out and he is like actually trying to like grapple the bugbear, and it's this shaggy, kind of orangey brown bugbear gets this white furry human just opens the door and springs out at him, and they are like in a tussle. The what you call it? Bugbear raises his Morning Star and takes a swing at him, and he actually strikes whatever his Malaris or whatever his name is, strikes him in the upper shoulder, and you can see that you hear like a crunch of bone, but it doesn't knock him off of his feet at all. He's still coming on strong towards the bugbear. Nicodemus. That's what girl sees, anyways. Nicodemus.
What about the goblin companion, the charmed goblin?
He's charmed, isn't he?
Yeah.
Or
well, I mean,
does it have to be broken, or?
Would he attack the ogre again?
Oh, do you know what? Yes, he would.
Okay.
I even forgot.
When the especially when the ogre slams me with his, what is it, a great spear they use?
No, club.
Club. Wow, I mean, defend me, my friend. And he'll be like,
Ooh, does that break your concentration?
I don't think charm versus concentration, is it? If so, I'll roll a card. Right?
Honestly, I don't know. I hope not.
Are you checking out, Michael? Or what?
It's not. It just happens.
That's kind of what I thought, that it was just a duration.
Maybe.
Until you have to do something bad to him.
1
So
hour. Wow.
Yeah, so he does stab at the ogre, and he hits him for a little bit. Yeah. So there you go. He did stab him for a little bit of damage.
Until your spell ends, or until your companions do anything harmful to it, the charmed person will regard you as a friendly acquaintance. And the spell is, the creature knows that it's charmed by you. Wow. Okay.
There you go. Yeah, he did.
All right.
And he does get the ogre for a little bit.
Okay, I'm pissed at this ogre now. He hit me for a whole lot. I'm going to reach out and I'm going to touch him. This time I'm going to stick my hand back into the barrel, dripping with a beer, and be like, "Oh, no blessing for you!" And just reach out and grab him by the thing. I want to inflict wounds at a 3rd level.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm upset. That hurt. Oh, that'll be a 24 to hit the thing?
Oh, yes.
4, 3, 4, 5. 31 points of necrotic damage, bitch.
Describe what it looks like to kill him with necrotic damage.
Calamar! Calamar! And I reach in and just go melt right through his flesh and pull his still beating heart out, show it to him.
Savage.
Raise it up high above my head as he falls just backward and right.
He does. He just sways and falls into a lifeless heap, reeking, and your hand is just covered in the most foul ichor. It's somewhere between egg white and soft lard.
Okay.
And the smell of it is horrendous. Necrotized ogre?
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty bad, Mike.
That hurt. And so
Silence.
Yeah, I'm done. I'll then look around to see if there's anything
Yes.
going to require my attention.
You could see kind of nothing, but like I said, you can hear goblin screams and wolves out in the darkness. Roll me a perception.
Perception.
No, I mean Nicodemus.
Oh, Nicodemus.
Yeah, just Nicodemus. Roll me a perception.
Okay.
I guess you can too, Silence.
14. Not bad.
Not bad.
Pretty sure I have perception some down here in my proficiencies. Yep, I do have it as a feat. Oh, wait. 11.
Okay, you don't really see anything. You could just hear and yeah, actually neither do you, Nicodemo. But it is your turn though, Silence. You know that well, you saw a big ass wolf enter one of the longhouses across the way, but I assume you would figure it was probably Cloud. But
yeah,
I wouldn't.
where
I'd
else
assume.
would the wolves suddenly come from?
Well,
and
wolves are known to.
but you do know that Garl was inside.
Hasn't joined the fight, basically, and is still back behind us. I'd go back into our lodgings to see what on earth happened, and hopefully I won't find Girl's dead body.
No, you can. As soon as you come into the bar room, you can see that there's a trail of upset tables and chairs, which leads to an open window, and from atop the stair, and you can see that there's some blood on the stairs, as well as the commotion and the sound of fighting up on the upper floor.
Okay, that's a good sign.
Not when it's Carl's blood on the stairs.
No, there's no dead body yet. Okay, so I guess I'm going up the stairs now.
Okay. You can move. If you want to dash, which means use your movement too. I mean, use your action as another movement. You can get up to the second story to see, but you would only have a bonus action, not a. It would take a movement and an action to haste to get up to the second floor.
I think I'll be cautious going up.
Okay, so you're somewhere. You're on the stairs as you're going.
Yep.
Going up, and is there any action you wanted to do?
I'll hold my rapier ever ready.
Okay. Cloud, you're in the longhouse with these people. You know that you can still hear the sounds of your wolves rallying down the goblins outside, chasing them down. You hear that howling laughter of the ogre has seemed to stop.
Can I go outside and then just jump on the roof and howl?
Yep. Easily. You can, because you have quite a good movement. And I mean, the longhouses, although they're kind of high-ish, they are kind of Bill Quonset style. They're rounded. Like an upside-down boat, kind of. Yeah, like Quonset style. So yeah, you can easily go out and you give a howl. You could see that with your howls, along with the other commotion, you could see that more and more people are peeking out of longhouses and other nearby buildings. You can even see that from the temple of Shantea, you can see in a nightshirt and a night hat, you can see what is the abbot of the place come and look out. And when he sees and hears what's going on, he heads back inside. And top of the round, Garl, you can see that the Yeti and the bugbear are fighting down the hallway.
Garl will go ahead and take a shot and hopefully not hit the Yeti.
Okay. Take a shot.
And that will be a 17.
You hit him.
The Yeti?
No, of course not. There's no called shot stuff or whatever anymore. No, you totally strike the bugbear. He's stands head and shoulders even above the Yeti.
All right, there's 10, 16, 17, 20 points of damage.
Describe killing him.
Garl takes his shot at the bugbear. The Yeti standing in front of him, but Garl sees an opening between his wide stance of the Yeti, and he shoots on up, and his arrow goes flying on up and hits the bugbear right into the center of the stomach and pierces through half of him, and blood and guts start dripping out of the arrow wound there onto the floor, with the ichor looking so slippery, and the bugbear steps into it and falls back on its back.
The Yeti steps back and kind of turns towards you, and he's in an old-time wrestler stance. And he sees you and he nods. He says, "Good shot."
Yeah, that sucker was mean. I told you we're the defenders here, Tiny.
I knew it. I recognized it when I invited you in. Okay, goblins and wolves fighting it out all over. Ogre dead. Bugbear dead. Nicodemus, anything you want to do?
I don't anything, right? Everybody's dead.
Not
right?
in the immediate area.
Well, I'd like to be like, well, now there, goblin friend, what's your name? As I reach down and start to search the ogre for whatever the fuck the ogre has on his body.
Okay. You
As I
begin
just
rifling
toss
through
the,
his stuff.
The heart. I toss the heart over to the side and be like, oh, and somebody tell Cloud that's over there. He may want
it. You can hear him clear as day. It's hard to see him with his dark coat in the blackness, but he's howling across the courtyard, and it doesn't seem like that there's any combat happening nearby, so it's probably like a triumph howl. Silence. You come up the stairs and you see the bugbear, you hear the thump as you come up, and you see the bugbear laying dead with a couple arrows sticking in him, and you can see the owner of the bar, the Yeti there, and Garl nearby. Anything you would like to do?
I know, just say, oh, thank goodness that's dead too. Well, the ogre outside is dead as well.
Mm-hmm.
Just to inform the barman and, just so they know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Anything you'd like to do, though?
Not particularly.
Okay. Cloud? Anything you'd like to do other than your howling right now?
Are there any more alive? Can I roll a perception?
Sure. You can just roll it normal.
That is a 17.
Oh yeah, you can hear again, nothing nearby. It looks like out of this kind of town square area, most of them that they've been chased away. It sounds like you can hear them like in the garden, maybe by the animal pens. And you're howling. It gets joined by boom, boom,
Tit.
boom, and you hear this resounding ringing of the bell roll across the countryside. You're confident that that will alert those at the brewery where the watch is strong at the tower and the guards on the walls. And we'll leave it there for next week.
Hey.
Alrighty.
Everyone stay safe, wash your hands.
Yes.
No
Drink-
one die on us.
Drink lots
Yeah.
of coffee. Great antioxidants there. Drink lots of beer. That cleans out the kidneys. And go ahead and have honey and maple syrup because that's also
Make
antioxidant
mead.
and healthy.
I'm making mead
Yeah.
Thursday.
Good.
I'm seriously thinking about. I mean, could I just get like a big thing of maple syrup from the store and use it?
No, because that's not unless you can't get like log cabin. You can't get
Yeah, that's only like 10% syrup, right?
well, that's all. That's mostly corn syrup with maple flavoring.
Yeah.
Well,
Unless it says pure maple syrup, then you don't
Yeah,
get those attributes.
that's going to be extremely expensive, right?
Yeah, well, up here it goes for anywhere from about $45 to $50 a gallon.
Back in forever ago, my grandpa, as a way to like supplement animal feed, they sell like big like 5-gallon tin things of molasses.
Yeah.
I need a third of a gallon. That's
And
15 worth
and
of
it's
more.
not for human consumption. It's like a poor grade molasses, but it's a way for animals to get nutrients. Back
Yeah.
when my grandpa used to bargain with people to get it, and he'd make moonshine rum. No one in my family could drink rum because they all think of that shit.
We still use that molasses. A lot of my great uncle that has when he was alive had a real big, huge sugar bush, and
Oh, yeah.
his end of year syrup, the last run, that's what he would sell in barrels that have molasses made of.
Oh, okay.
And like that, we used to eat the livestock molasses, just like the salt that you're not supposed to have. That's livestock. We've used that too with cucumbers and stuff in the summer. It all tastes good. It ain't killed me yet. It may turn me weird, but it ain't killed me.
All right. Everyone take care. I gotta go.
Yep. Y'all have a great one.
I'm still
Bye.
going. I'm